Hey there, it's Randy Hartz here with Complete Fitness, and I'm on the weekly Ask the Fitness Expert. This is episode number 7. So this is what we do on a weekly basis. We typically take a question that maybe has been asked by one of our members in the gym or something that's come up, that's maybe a hot topic out there in the fitness industry, and we will talk about this on our weekly show just to kind of spread the fitness truth. There's a lot of different information out there. Here's the thing, 69% of America is overweight or obese, and it's not due to a lack of information, and it's not really due to a lack of people knowing what to do. It's just, again, having the truth and having certainty on what it is that you're doing. So this week we're going to answer the question. Here's the question that was asked, and I get asked this all the time. So basically, what is the best diet to do X? I mean, it might be the best diet to lose weight, to gain lean muscle, whatever it is. And again, with all the information out there, it can be really overwhelming. A lot of times people will say, hey, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. So, there's the hot things right now. There's the keto thing out there. There's paleo. I went to Barnes & Noble and I took a picture. Maybe I'll post that picture below. And there's literally hundreds of books on the bookshelves for diet, nutrition, for exercise. So again, and they seem to contradict one another. One of them tells you, you can have eggs. The next one tells you can't have eggs. One tells you carbs are good. The next one tells you carbs are bad. So again, people are just kind of freaked out and really don't understand what actually works. So what is the best diet, say, for fat loss? Well, here's really the simple truth in all of this. Whatever it is that you do to reach your goal, you've got to do to maintain your goal long term. So I'm going to say that again. Really think this through. So whatever it is that you do to reach your goal, you've got to continue doing to maintain your goal long term. So let's say the goal is to, drop some body fat. Okay, so you maybe cut your calories down. You maybe go from 1,800 calories a day down to 1,300 calories. Maybe you drop 15 pounds of weight and then you start hitting a plateau. And then you've got to drop your calories even lower. Let's say now you're maybe at 1,000 calories a day, plus you've added some cardio in there to burn even more calories. And let's say that you do reach the goal of losing 30 pounds on the scale, but now you're only taking in 1,000 calories per day. You're exercising a lot, doing a cardio a lot and so forth. And are you going to be able to maintain that pace long term? Are you going to be able to do that a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? And the answer is typically no. So you're starving yourself so much. Once you put those calories back in your body and you start adding more fuel in, your body typically rebounds and the weight comes back on, and it doesn't come back on as lean muscle tissue. It's going to come back on as stored body fat. And that's kind of what starts that yo-yo cycle of losing weight, gaining the weight back, losing weight, gaining the weight back. It slows our metabolism down, and it's not good long term. So in reality, the best diet for you to not only reach your goals but maintain them long term is the diet plan that you can stick on long term. And here's what we typically teach people. We'll say, on a weekly basis, you've got to be at about a 90% compliance. So we typically we have people eat breakfast, lunch, and supper, and typically 1 to 2 snacks per day. So it might be breakfast, lunch, and supper, and a mid-afternoon snack. Okay, so let's say that they're doing 4 meals per day. You take that times 7 days, that's 28 meals or snacks in a week. If we take 10% of that, so if we know we've got to maintain compliance for 90%, 10% of 28, let's just say the number is 3. That means that we can have 3 hiccups throughout the week. We can have, a missed meal. We can have the Oreo Blizzard. We can have some pizza. We can do that 3 times throughout the week and still maintain forward progress. That doesn't mean, you go out to a buffet and you just totally blow the thing up. But again, this is the rule that we use. If you're doing 5 meals a day times 7, that's 35 meals or snacks a week. You take that times 10%. That's between 3 and 4 mishaps throughout the week. And again, you're going to continue to make forward progress. And that's realistic. That's something that you can maintain long term, because again, and here's another thing. You never want to do a diet plan or an exercise plan and focus on subtraction. And what do I mean by that? If you came in and I sat across from you and I'm like, hey, you can never have pop again. You can never have pizza again. You can never have ice cream again for the rest of your life. You know, you're sitting there going, you know what, I didn't really even want the pizza or ice cream, but now that you tell me that I can't have it, it's all I'm thinking about. So we never want to do things by subtraction. So to get you to quit drinking the Mountain Dew or the diet soda or whatever, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add water to your life. I'm going to say, hey, we're going to drink half your body weight in ounces of water each and every day. I'm going to probably throw a couple sparks at you for energy, for mental focus. And so I'm going to add those things to your life, and it's going to push those negative things out, the pop, the diet sodas, the coffee, the energy drinks. It's going to push those out of your life, rather than just subtracting them out of there. I'm going to add breakfast in. I might add a green drink in each and every day, some sort of a smoothie. And when I add those positive behaviors, it's going to, as a byproduct, remove the negative behaviors. So hopefully that makes sense. So again, I'm not going to stand here and tell you the best diet is, the keto diet or the Mediterranean diet or the Weight Watchers thing or whatever. You've got to figure out what it is that you can stay on long term and get the best results and maintain those results, because that's the thing. When somebody asks me, hey, how does this plan work? I'll say, you know what? Talk to a person in a year or 2 years down the road, because if they maintain their progress, that's something that is sustainable long term. Anytime you go to the weight loss center and they're just trying to sell you a bunch of prepackaged foods, you've got to be ready, and you've got to, really commit to eating those foods for the rest of your life. This isn't just something that you're going to do for 6 months and then transition off, because typically when you transition off, those old habits and those old behaviors are going to come back. And that's just the truth, okay? That's not me trying to sell my thing versus their thing or whatever. You've just got to use common sense when you go into this. So hopefully this makes sense. I know I didn't, hit on the, my philosophy is more 90% compliance, add those positive behaviors in, and make sure that you can sustain it long term. Here's what you need to do: nutrition, supplementation, resistance training, cardio, and having a coach. You've got to have all 5 of those components in place for you to hit your goals and maintain them long term. And that looks like a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but that's what works. So thanks for attending this week's episode of Ask the Fitness Expert. If you've got any other questions, post them below. If you think I'm full of it, post that below as well. If you agree, give me a thumbs up or whatever. But again, hopefully this added value to you. If we can be of service to you, let us know. But otherwise, keep doing what you're doing if it's working. If not, you've got to make some changes. Hope this added value. God bless you. Have a great week.